Welcome back. An innovative and climate change efficient building method is about to hit the South African building and construction sector. This is expected to make up for the expensive usage of mortar bricks and create jobs for students in the construction industry and create those much needed jobs rather. So the technology to convert fly ash into bricks was developed in the United States, and the bricks are stronger than traditional bricks. It uses fly ash from petrochemical and synthetic gas company Sasol. This innovation has been lauded as the most impressive thus far since 2008. Power generators have a problem of carbon emissions and its greenhouse effect, and they desperately in need of carbon credits. So the technology not only helps power generators get rid of fly ash, but also gives the company opportunities to gain enormous credits. To tell us more about this is CEO of the Council for Unemployed Graduates of South Africa, Thamsanqa Maqubele. Thank you very much for coming to our program, sir.
Thank you very much, Colin. It is the South African Council for Graduates.
Yes. All right. So the idea of coming up with a new method of building that is efficient in as far as differentiating it from the traditional way of building. How did it come about?
Thank you very much. What it came about is because as you may know, the South African Council for Graduates has a quest to ensure that we have zero graduate unemployment rate in South Africa. So as we go about doing our work, we realize the importance of ensuring that we create SMMEs and businesses that are viable and sustainable. And in our partnership, when we placed graduate at Eskom, we discovered that Eskom had 36 million tons of ash produced annually. This fly ash, which is very cementitious and could be used effectively, for roof tiles, floor tiles, bricks, paving stones, and all other products. And we realized that this is a way in which we can come into the market. Of course, we came in, brought in partners, and realized that we can bring in our own intellectual property. And the IP, at this time, we decided to not register the IP, but to go what we call trade secret, to ensure that we come up with climate change ready bricks and ensure that people will be able to build their own houses instead of waiting for the government and actually creating more demands to the government. We want companies to be able to support through the Enterprise and Supply Development Program, companies like your Merisita in the engineering sector who are already working with us on the side of graduates, Construction Cita as well, who are helping us with the candidacy program, would come on board to ensure that this climate change ready bricks are available in South Africa and they can withstand some tremors.
All right. You were talking about a trade secret, but I think with us you can reveal the secret in terms of how these bricks are made. So there's a video clip here that I'd like you to explain the beginning process of how these bricks are made. And as they play it, the team will roll it for us now. So what are the requirements of sourcing this ash?
If you may recall, fly ash is hazardous waste. It is described as such by the Department of Environmental Affairs. And Eskom, Sasol, and other producers of fly ash, they're very careful because they are restricted by legislation as to how to release it for commercial use. We have said to Eskom 4 and 5 years ago that we cannot have so many unemployed graduates and unemployed youth, particularly in Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Free State, and Gauteng, where fly ash is produced, and not put this to use. So we are negotiating currently with the Department of Environmental Affairs, and we are saying Eskom is building big artificial mountains of fly ash, which are causing environmental hazard to our communities.
I want to talk about actually how strong these bricks are. We see a gentleman on top of a forklifter there, grabbing the brick and then of course getting back onto the forklift after dropping it once. So he's going to be doing it for the second time now. So what makes it so strong?
What makes it so strong, it's the combination of various ingredients that we put. I will disclose some, I won't of course disclose others, because that then it's our unique selling point and feature. The fly ash, it's put in about 50%.
Okay, so this is how it's made on the screen. Is it a pulp or what is that?
Fly ash, remember, is powder. It's coming from the burnt coal in the various power stations and also from the boilers at Sasol. And what we then do, we put together a lime with some sand and of course with water about 4% of water and other undisclosed elements which I'm not privy to disclose because that's our trade secret.
Okay.
And that makes the brick very, very strong, and it creates a situation where we're saying with climate change and tremors becoming prevalent, it is important that people, when they build, particularly in the residential and commercial market area, we've got to be able to ensure that the bricks are able to withstand the tremors.
All right, so I can see that people will be having bricks that break when you deliver them at home, being a thing of the past. You know how many people actually have to get rid of some of the bricks that have to be rejected, especially when the building process is on.
Of course, and that is true. And remember, this also happens at a less or better and cost-effective price than your cement bricks. So we are saying graduate students that are unemployed, they need to come home. They need to come to the South African Council for Graduates, because we are here not only helping them with our business toolbox to know how to run businesses. Now we are going to manufacturing space to ensure that we are manufacturing. These bricks right now, we are manufacturing them in the Meyerton area in the Val, which is not far from the Letabo power station, where actually the Eskom power station is, in between Free State and Gauteng province. So we are very quite keen to ensure that methods that are being utilized in the manufacturing and engineering sector, which is led by MERSITA, together with the Construction Education and Training Authority, they are part and parcel of this program to ensure.
Okay, so I see them packed there. Tell us about its structural integrity and how they are put together. Do you need to also use cement when you pack them?
You don't need to use cement at all. Remember, these bricks are interlocking, like the Legos when you put them together. So we ensure that our bricks have got a high level of strength, and we are finally at the moment now with the what we call Agrima SA registering the strength and the quality of the bricks, so that then it is not us who would be saying our brick is strong, and not us just demonstrating by throwing it down to the ground, but also this needs to be industrially tested so that the standard is established in terms of the brick that we're claiming about. So they are interlocking. You can be able to put panels in between. You can also be able to put steel in between should you wish to. And you can use a plaster that is also made of 0% cement.
And then what kind of houses are you intending to build with these? Is it like going to also help in the market of RDP houses, or just normal housing for people who want to erect their new homes?
This is with the normal houses. Of course, we realize that the bigger market is with the social housing, the Department of Human Settlements. We had spoken to the minister. Of course, they've got their own processes which we need to follow. But over and above, we are not going to wait for government programs and systems. We are taking to the Banking Institute of South Africa so that they can then be able to approve. If they approve, it's all system goes. Then we'll be able to have graduates and students and unemployed youth to be able to utilize this, not only to manufacture bricks, but to build houses and commercial properties.
Are the SABC approved?
It does not have to be SABC approved. Remember, we've got Agrima SA. We would not wait for SABC processes to take process. We will apply, of course, but at the moment, our first point of call is with Agreement SA.
Right. Thank you very much for making time to explain this.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Mr. Thamsanqa Maqubela is the CEO of the Council for Employed Graduates of South Africa, and of course talking to us about this innovative way of building houses. Let's take